Today, we're tackling something truly unique, the 2025 Korean BL sports comedy, FC Soldout. It's only 8 episodes, about 4 hours total, but wow, does it pack a punch. It's kind of a fascinating look at how character charm and, well, sheer humor can make you forget about maybe some shaky writing and budget issues.
Oh, definitely. The premise itself is like wonderfully bizarre. You've got the struggling professional soccer team, right?
Yeah.
And they get taken over by a massive K-pop and K-drama entertainment agency.
Korean BL often brings the charm, sometimes the angst. FC Soldout, it's mostly leaning into the charm and the total chaos.
Absolutely chaos. It's built into the DNA of the show.
So the big question we're diving into is, how did this show, which, let's be honest, is pretty low budget and a bit wobbly on plot sometimes, become such a hit? It really starts with that core setup.
Right. You have the original team, FC Soldout. They're not doing well. And then FFF Entertainment swoops in. Big agency, big plans. Their CEO, Tae-soo, he runs things with this strategy called fast forward flow.
It's corporate.
It is. And here's the kicker. Tae-soo doesn't care about soccer. Not really. His main goal. It's all about monetization, media attention, using the team as basically a platform to push his agency's roster of celebs.
Turn a sports failure into a PR win.
Exactly. It's pure synergy, or at least that's the idea. Turn red ink into, celebrity exposure.
It sounds almost like a reality TV pitch, doesn't it? So incredibly cynical. And the first thing they do is overhaul the team. They rename it FC Forworld.
Yep. And CEO Tae-soo immediately starts clearing house, cutting original dedicated players. But the reasons, they're not based on skill.
No. What then?
Looks, basically. The sources are pretty clear on this. There's one player, Do Hyun, cut because the CEO didn't like his jawline or his hairline, something like that.
His jawline, seriously. Forget your passing accuracy. How's your facial structure?
Yeah.
This is brutal.
It really is. And the players left, like our main character, Do Ji-yu, they are understandably completely outraged. Their teammates are getting kicked out for the shallowest reasons imaginable.
But their spots don't stay empty for long, right?
Oh, not at all. In come the VIP players, actors, K-pop idols, influencers. Basically anyone needing a career jumpstart or some image rehab.
Like Lee Sun-bin,
Yeah.
the former boy band guy.
Exactly. He's trying to clean up his image after a dating scandal. And then there's Ryu Gang-jae, a struggling actor. They're joining for screen time, not really for soccer glory.
Okay, and this is where the main character's big conflict comes in, right? Do Ji-yu.
Yeah, Do-yu, he's this really dedicated original player, furious about the whole situation, very vocal about it.
There's a twist.
A huge twist.
Yes.
Secretly, he's a massive fanboy of the new actor teammate Ryu Gang-jae. Like, huge.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Knows all his dramas, watches his live streams, probably has the merch hidden under his bed. So on one hand, he's furious. On the other, his ultimate celebrity crush is now sharing a locker room with him. It's his dream and his nightmare all rolled into one.
That's fantastic. So he's trying to hate the guy, but is also internally squealing?
Pretty much. And the real Gang-jae. He's nothing like the polished image Ji-yu has built up. He's blunt, kind of reluctant to be there.
Does Gang-jae feel bad about it?
He does feel uneasy. His acting career wasn't going anywhere, so he kind of had to take this gig for the visibility. But he knows players were pushed out unfairly. It adds a nice layer, stops him from just being the aloof celebrity type.
That internal conflict for both of them sounds like the real engine here. So, okay, you've got these two groups forced together, the actual athletes and the celebrity recruits. How does that even work in training?
Well, initially, it doesn't. The friction is, immediate. The skill gap is enormous. You have Captain Yoon Tae-young and goalie Min-soo, serious players, trying to train alongside guys who barely know how to kick a ball straight.
Awkward.
Super awkward. But their solution for team bonding is where the show gets really unique and charming.
What do?
They make the celebrities teach the athletes K-pop dance routines and how to pose for cameras. And in return, the athletes try to teach the idols basic soccer skills.
That sounds hilarious, like a recipe for disaster in comedy.
It totally is. They even go off to this special training camp just to try and force some kind of chemistry.
And I bet that camp is where the romance starts heating up, especially for Ji-yu and Gang-jae.
Oh, absolutely. Their dynamic is just volatile. You've got the whole fan versus celebrity thing going on. And then, plot twist in episode 2, they realize they actually knew each other back in high school.
Oh, wow, that adds another layer entirely.
It does. So they clash constantly, lots of bickering, but then there are these sudden moments of, genuine sweetness. A lot of it is driven by Ji-yu just being completely flustered by being near his idol, who is also his old classmate. It's very funny.
And there's a second couple too, right? The side couple?
Yes. Captain Tae-young, who's all discipline and fitness, and the former idol, Seonbin, who's very image-conscious.
How do they connect? They seem like opposites.
They are, but it starts really subtly. During
Hmm.
that training camp, Tae-young notices Seonbin's super strict diet, enforced by his agency, and he quietly helps him bend the rules a little, lets him eat something decent. It's this small act of kindness.
Oh, that's sweet. A little rebellion.
Exactly, and their bond grows from there. It gets complicated later, though. Around episode 4, Seonbin starts getting kind of jealous, seeing how close Ji-woo and Gang-jae are becoming.
Ah, classic drama triangle almost.
Sort of. And speaking of drama, Ji-woo and Gang-jae have this huge fight around episode 5. It kind of forces them to actually deal with their feelings instead of just arguing all the time, pushes their relationship forward.
Okay, so the characters in their relationships sound like the absolute core appeal. The charm, the humor. That's what people loved.
Definitely. That's the show's biggest strength, hands down. The sources widely praise it as just this lighthearted, fun, slice-of-life comedy, genuinely funny moments, silly situations.
And it gets points for originality too, right? Blending sports and BL isn't something you see every day.
Very rare. So yeah, huge credit for creativity. It's just good fun fluff.
But we have to talk about the flip side. The critiques. What didn't land so well?
Well, the budget, for one, it's pretty obvious it wasn't massive.
How so?
Like, they're meant to be this professional soccer team, right? But the sources confirm they often only show, 7 players on screen for the team. 7. Kind of breaks the illusion a little.
Only 7 players. Okay, yeah, that's sparse for a soccer team.
It is. And maybe the low budget is why there isn't actually that much soccer shown, which honestly might be a blessing if the actors weren't seasoned players. But yeah, the lack of polish is noticeable sometimes.
And beyond the budget, what about the story itself? The writing?
That's where it gets a bit more uneven. When the show is just being funny and cute, focusing on the romance and the banter, it totally works, it shines. But whenever it tries to get serious, introduce real conflict or high drama, especially these last-minute twists near the finale, that's when the writing tends to get a bit illogical, maybe incoherent. Sources generally agree it handles the comedy way better than the heavy drama.
So it struggles when it tries to be more than a light comedy.
Kind of, yeah. It doesn't quite seem to know how to execute those serious plot beats effectively.
What about the actors? How do they fare?
Jae's actor, Park Jong-hun, is described as a total cutie. Really nails the flustered fanboy energy, though some sources felt he occasionally, maybe, overacted a bit, pushed the fluster too hard sometimes.
Okay. And Gang-jae, Kodiok 1.
He apparently excels, especially in the comedic scenes. He has this sort of deadpan delivery that works really well against Ji-woo's energy. And reviewers felt he really slowly wins you over as you see more of his character's reluctance and eventual warmth.
So the leads had the charisma to basically paper over some of those cracks in the story or production.
Pretty much, yeah. Their chemistry carried a lot, and that chemistry really builds towards some big moments near the end.
Right. The climax. What happens?
Things really heat up around episode 6. The team has its first proper practice match, and guess who they're playing against?
Who?
The original players who got cut, the ones dismissed for their jawlines and stuff. So it's super tense, high stakes, and of course the media is all over it.
Oof, awkward reunion.
Yeah.
And there's more drama piling on too, isn't there? A new player.
Yep. Jung Si-woo joins the team right around then. And surprise, surprise, he has this significant past connection with Gang-jae.
Oh no. And Ji-woo just got closer to Gang-jae.
Exactly. So Ji-woo sees this new guy with a history with Gang-jae, and all his insecurities just flare up. He gets really worried about their, budding relationship.
That sounds like the perfect setup for something explosive.
And it is. Because that jealousy and tension leads directly into probably the most talked about scene of the whole show. Episode 7, Ji-woo scores this massive, important goal.
Yeah.
And in this huge, spontaneous moment of celebration, just pure adrenaline, he grabs Gang-jae and kisses him right there on the field in front of everyone.
Wow. Okay, that would definitely break the internet.
Oh, it did. Massive scandal, loads of misunderstandings online and in the media. It really drives the drama for that final stretch.
So how do they wrap all that up in the finale, episode 8? Sounds like a lot to resolve.
They do resolve it, maybe a little quickly for some, but they get there. Gang-jae finally properly confesses his feelings for Ji-woo. They officially become a couple.
Okay, good. What about the Si-woo drama?
That gets handled too. Some damaging information about Si-woo's past comes out, and Gang-jae makes this really significant choice. He steps up to protect both the team and Ji-woo from the fallout. It shows his character growth.
Nice. So it ends on a positive note.
Absolutely. Everything gets tied up pretty neatly. It's a definitive happy ending for the main couple. Sources specifically mention the final scene in the locker room as being really sweet and satisfying, a perfect end for their arc, even if the drama beforehand felt a bit rushed in its resolution.
Got it. So summing it all up for everyone listening, the main takeaway seems to be that FC Soldout is just this incredibly charming, genuinely funny BL comedy. Its strength is absolutely in the character chemistry, the humor, the unique premise.
No, you just maybe have to accept it for what it is, a character-driven comedy. Don't expect deep, complex plotting or high-budget sports realism.
Right. It tries to do serious drama sometimes and maybe stumbles, but its main job, making you laugh and root for the couples, it knocks that out of the park.
Which actually brings up an interesting thought, doesn't it? This show was a success because of the charm, the humor, the chemistry, and kind of in spite of the low budget and the sometimes shaky writing.
Yeah. What's the thought?
Well, what does that tell us about what audiences, especially in niche genres like BL, are really looking for? Maybe it suggests that right now, that immediate emotional connection, the character chemistry, the fun factor, maybe that's becoming more important than, say, a perfectly polished production or a super complex plot.
Interesting point. Are we prioritizing vibes over structure? Definitely something to think about.
Food for thought.
Indeed. Well, if this deep dive into FC Soldout helps you make sense of the phenomenon, definitely consider subscribing for more breakdowns like this. And please, let us know your thoughts on the show in the